It was one of the top 5 worst nights of my life.
Okay.
I think that would be a fair...
I think we may have just started. I don't know what's been going on. So, hello everybody. If you missed that first bit, hi. Welcome to the Checkpoint Podcast. I'm Tamer Asfahani. This is Jake Yap.
That's right.
We are sorry if there's been a bit of a confusion. We are trying to sort out all of the bits and pieces here. But you've been sick, and I'm sorry. We are 5 minutes late, but I'm sure you guys can forgive us.
Yeah. I don't really know where I am or what's going on. I haven't eaten in 48 hours, and
Probably a good thing.
But I mean, I look good, right?
There we go. Right, everybody. We are still trying to figure out all of the bits and pieces that's going on. But yes, my makeup it smells nice, doesn't it?
You really weren't kidding when you said it.
It does really smell nice. I love the smell of and it reminds me of a really funny joke, which is not particularly safe for work, which I didn't put out on Twitter. Do you want to hear it?
Oh God, I don't want to know the punchline. Yeah. Right.
Welcome, everybody, to the Checkpoint Podcast.
You missed nothing.
You missed nothing at all.
Nothing there,
nothing
mate.
at all. There are going to be some technical glitches. So, as you know, last week or the week before, the whole of this studio basically collapsed on its knees.
Yes.
Which I apologise profusely for.
Well, I think it understood the editorial.
Yeah, but we are now in a position where we've kind of set everything up. We're starting up again, and actually it's allowed us to rejig some stuff. So that's where we are. So if there are some technical glitches, we apologise in advance. But it should be a lot cleaner and a lot smoother and a lot nicer.
I like it. I like the uprightness of the
I think
stools.
You were too slouchy last time.
I was sort of bent in a conker. It would take me several days to re-straighten.
You started to fall asleep, I think, when we were playing, which is not ideal for a stream, is it?
We've got lots in the show today.
Have we?
Yeah,
have we really?
Of course we have.
Okay, go on.
I don't know. Death Stranding. Also, Death Stranding.
Yeah, I've done the quiz.
Do you know about Death Stranding?
No. Tell me about Death Stranding. What's Death Stranding?
So it's made by Hideo Kojima.
Oh, Hideo Kojima. Oh, yes. This is the new. So this is the guy that infamously is Hideo Kojima is behind Metal Gear Solid. He's the brains behind that. And there was a really weird announcement about this a couple of weeks ago. He came out. I don't remember exactly the full details, but there was chatter about this, and it just seemed that there was. It was. I could just remember the story being a little bit weird, but it's Hideo Kojima, so I don't expect anything less.
I think you basically play a UPS parcel delivery man.
Okay. I'm just going to twist your mic. Sorry.
So it's 60 hours of delivering parcels. This is according to The Guardian.
Right. Who wrote it?
Dan Dawkins.
Okay.
And it says it's this big open world thing, and you spend a lot of time just basically delivering parcels.
Right.
For reasons unknown, America has been fractured by the Death Stranding event, causing the dead to roam the world of the living.
Okay.
Already happened, mate. Someone's bending me! As shadowy spectres known as the Beached Things, or BTs, people have retreated into isolated communities, and your job is to deliver supplies and reconnect the Chiral network, a mega internet.
Okay.
To unite the country.
Great.
You need to cross the shattered landscape and find the president's daughter, Amelie.
Okay.
Who has been...
It's always an Amelie or an Emily or a Emma. Or...
Yeah. Who's been abducted by terrorists called the Homo Demens.
The Homo Demens.
Demens.
Right.
There's obviously more going on, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And it looks good because I feel like it's just hours of wandering around delivering bits of internet to people.
Yeah.
I like this.
It's your kind of game, isn't it? It's something that isn't overwhelming.
Yeah, well, it's
not.
It says it's connection, not combat, and it removes almost the notion of restarting a mission when things go wrong. Case in point. So this is what Dan says: I failed to plan a delivery route and got swamped by BTs, who wrecked my cargo. Having never so much as dented a parcel in the game's opening hours, the sight of 10 cases being ruined provokes blind panic bordering on remorse.
Brilliant.
Basically, if your cargo is destroyed, that's it. It's over. And that's the point when you decide to push on with a nagging sense of failure, unable to reset and start fresh. I mean, that's life, isn't it?
It is. I mean, that is life, right? That
Nagging
is life.
sense of failure, unable to start afresh.
I mean...
Perfect.
Yeah.
8 hours in, I hadn't shot a single person. Now you're talking! That's like your idea of hell.
That is my idea of hell.
So I'm fascinated by it. And it looks really gorgeous. And you just sort of stagger about.
It's Hideo Kojima. I mean, the guy knows how to make video games. And, yeah. I'm going to reserve... Yeah, but that's just...
People watching the thing. Look at that.
That's basically what all video games look like right now.
Well, what is it? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want?
I want a bit more of a stealth action game. Although that could be considered a stealth action game, right? I mean,
be
it
stealthy
is.
with your parcel delivery.
Yeah. Well, without dropping them and knocking them and ruining them.
I mean, I think something closer to actually being a delivery driver nowadays for any of those sort of big online shopping services.
Yeah, could work.
Would be a more brutal incarnation.
Well, if you
of
have
hell.
anything to say, you can message us on.
Hashtag what's the point?
Yeah, and you can actually find all of our social stuff. If it works, I don't know why it's not working, but you should be able to see all of our social elements down at the bottom. They should pop up at some point if it decides to sort itself out. I have no idea what's going on. Really,
Anyway,
with this.
it comes out on the 8th of November. Death Stranding.
That's in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
brilliant.
excited.
Is that PS4 exclusive?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, it's
is annoying.
Hideo Kojima.
I'm going to have to buy a PS4.
Yeah, well, we need to sort you out with one actually. Which would be
Oh,
quite good.
with all that.
We do. We should really.
Yeah, yeah. And that you said I was going to have a dance off with the Queen. That hasn't happened.
I never said that, mate.
Okay, mate. If you're rolling out mate, I'll raise you to buddy on the passive aggressive stakes.
All right, pal. We'll
All right,
go
chum.
there.
All
we'll
right.
go there. What else has been
All
going
right,
on?
boss.
You bossed it. You bossed it. What else has been going on? Have you been, while you were sick? Did you play any games?
No, I literally didn't move. I didn't even have like the radio on or TV on.
Oh, really? Nothing.
It was
at all?
that bad
Really?
for like 24 hours.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Just
babes.
didn't move.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, that voice message I sent you was like, that was it.
I
did that and then-
I kind of want to play it.
Yeah, you could play it. If you
I think we should totally play it. If I can, where is my phone? My phone.
No idea.
Over here. Hold the fort, Jake.
Yeah,
Hold the fort.
We've got all your favourite features in the podcast. We've got Ultimate Koonsberg 4. I've written the latest chapter of that.
I'm very excited about that, actually.
And we've got... Oh, look at him putting up the titles.
There we go. I just wanted to check that it worked. You can actually, if you want to get in touch with us as well, all of the details will pop up below for you.
Right here, guys.
Right there, guys. Right there at Checkpoint MZ.
It's just like Strictly.
Just like Strictly.
We should get celebrities in to read out our needy bits, but hashtag what's the point?
Needy bits.
And we've also got the quiz.
Yes.
And next week there won't be a normal podcast because I'm just not going to be around. But we might do just the quiz or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be quite nice. I think it would be good to get the quiz out.
No one can hear you, Tammy.
Yes, they can.
No one
I
can
can
hear
see
you.
the
mate.
levels going out. It's fine. It's fine.
No, it's not. It's not fine. But in the meantime, I wanted to talk about the Fortnite scandal. Some kid called FaZe J or something. Let me see if I can reopen this link. FaZe Jarvis.
Okay.
He's got a lifetime ban. He's a British gamer playing Fortnite 2.
What's he done?
He used an aim bot. So this is a thing that you can download that's not allowed, and it's cheating
Yeah,
because
it is.
it locks onto targets.
Yeah, it's not fun.
And then you can.
You're right there, love.
Well, look at that. What is that?
Why don't
look
you?
at that.
Yeah, there you go. There's the other camera. You can play with
stay on
that
that.
there. Yeah, we'll just stay on that one. It's a nicer shot, right?
Whatever makes you happy. So yes, he's had a lifetime ban. And he's got like 2 million followers and had to do this sort of confessional thing. And you kind of realise, this is mad.
That is quite bad. But this is the problem when you add mods or you create mods or you do mods in games. especially if you've built a following, I think it's more damaging. Personally, I think it's more damaging the fact that you've got all of these people that believe and trust in you, and all you're doing is cheating. It's not very nice. So I want to tell you an anecdote. I used to play at university. Grant, as you know, before he moved in with me.
I don't know Grant. I've never met Grant.
He does exist.
Yeah.
He lived in a house with a guy called Brew, very good friend. Sadly, no longer with us anymore. But Brew was a genius. He was a computing genius. He wrote myrucksack.com for me, like all of the kind of websites and stuff that I started. He coded, and he knew. I mean, his knowledge was phenomenal. And I'm not saying that as a layman who doesn't really know much about computers. He really knew his thing. But whenever we used to play Doom or Unreal Tournament or Quake, it was Quake actually, I think that was the one. He used to mod his guns because he used to be able to write the code to mod the gun, to change it. So it was literally 100% kill rate, headshot every time. And it was the most frustrating thing in the world. And there's no skill in that other than writing the code, right? That's it. That's it. That's the only skill that's in it. But then it ruins everybody else's game because there's no even keel, right? And I suppose it's like steroids in the Olympics.
Do you think that this kid's wee should be tested before every because what if you've taken some sort of mind accelerants?
Well, they all do. I mean, everybody that plays competitively is on Red Bull or Shark or some kind of energy, or Monster or Mountain Dew or some kind of high energy, high sugar, high caffeine.
Really?
Yeah, these guys, they live on that stuff. It's and actually one of the problems, not so much in the West, and I don't think it's really been an issue, but in the Far East, especially where the gaming culture is a lot greater. We find, I mean, in China, there have been a couple of cases that people have died because, I think I said this to you, that they just haven't had any sleep, any food, any water, nothing. And they've been playing for 48 hours straight.
My week.
Yeah, well, but they've been on a screen for 48 hours and they drop dead. They're just out of exhaustion. They drop dead. So when you're supplementing that and you're not kind of rehydrating properly, and all you're doing is putting more fluid in your system that takes out, that dehydrates you, then it is a bit of a problem. It is a bit of a problem. But no, I mean, if his wee-wee's tested, goodness knows what will what will be found.
I had my wee-wee tested last night, and I tell you what, it looked like Fanta.
Oh, did you have one of those vitamin C?
It looked like a Barocca.
But yeah, I hadn't had a Barocca. When I was a kid, I used to eat the Baroccas.
It didn't taste like Barocca. No. You used to eat the Baroccas.
Yeah, I thought they were sweets, fizzy sweets, like the sherbety stuff.
That would be very foamy, wouldn't it?
It was really foamy, but I loved them.
Just come out of your nose and ears, eyes, everything.
But I hadn't had one for years, and about 5 years ago, I felt a little bit under the weather, and I thought I'm going to have a Barocca, or it wasn't a Barocca as such, but it was a Boots version of the Barocca. Those vitamin C tabs. I went to the toilet. I nearly did the other side. The colour was. The fluorescence. I'd never seen anything as fluorescent as that before.
By it. Yeah.
It's genuinely quite upsetting.
It's wonderful.
So, I think it's time for a Sauceria update. I did make some audio imagery for Sauceria, but my computer crashed, and I'm not even joking. Gutting. I spent ages looking for the perfect, or listening out for a perfect, and I had to create one. But I'll give you a quick update before we do. What about you? People want merch. If you are serious about merch,
no, they weren't serious.
If you're serious about merch,
one guy tweeted a joke.
It's not a joke.
Sauceria merch. No,
it's not a joke.
It was a
joke. You can get in touch below when the Astons come up. That would be great. You can let us know if you are serious about merch.
They weren't serious about merch.
Jem was absolutely serious about merch.
He absolutely wasn't. He's a very nice man.
I'm going to give you a quick update on where we are.
# what's the point if you want to get in touch.
I'm going to give you a quick update on where we are with Sauceria. So as you may or may not know...
Or care.
Okay. or as Jake quite literally sent me a message saying, "Mate, I don't care."
Yeah, I literally don't.
Which hurt.
I'm sorry.
Really hurt.
I didn't want to hurt you, but
Well, you did.
and I know it means a lot to you. And
It
that's
means so
fantastic.
much
Well,
to me.
That's fantastic.
So we've opened up a couple of new routes. I'm just going to give you a quick lowdown. I'm not going to spend ages because I know you hate this. You hate this. You hate this thing. But we are up now. I'll give you our ranking in a minute. But I opened up a couple more routes. I've opened up Amman, which you knew about, Tbilisi, which is in Georgia. We opened up Tehran. We opened up Sofia International Airport. I've opened up Brussels. I opened up Khartoum. In Sudan, the capital of Sudan. So these are our new routes, and they are all doing exceptionally well. I just thought I'd let you know. And just as a kind of an update, our ranking has gone up from, I think the last time we checked, we were about 44,000 out of 44,000.
Yeah.
We're at 38.4 now, 38.399. Actually, look how close that is. I'm going to fall down at 3.99. So that's the Source Syria update. We are going to look into merch.
Dude, people are kind. They're saying kind things.
And so we'll have some Source Syria hoodies.
No.
Some Source Syria t-shirts. Some Source Syria headbands, maybe. Just to keep it all in line. And if you are interested, I would love to hear from you. Hashtag what's the point is where you can get us. So yeah, there we go. That's
I can't log into my airline, and that's a relief to everyone. But I'm basically, I set up my first route was flying from Manston in Kent. This is Bigot Air. Flight UKIP 1 flies.
Is it UKIP 1? Is that brilliant?
Flies
amazing.
To Germany, because of course that's
why Germany?
Well, because that's where your wife will want to go to visit the family from time to time. Of course,
because the Germans are problematic and.
Well, it's Nigel Farage's wife. It's German.
Yep, yeah, I know she is. Yeah,
so,
and
then I tried to open another route to somewhere else, but I don't think my airplanes had the range for it. And then I just sort of got bored with it. But what was nice was that I kept being given how much money have you got on Source Syria?
On Source Syria, it takes, because to open up routes it costs quite a bit of money.
Actually.
It is actually a big investment. So opening up, for example, have you been doing the?
Just tell me what your money is.
250 mil.
You see, I've got 320 million. So by doing absolutely nothing, I'm still caning you.
Yeah, but you start off with like 200 mil.
Yeah, but
you obviously haven't spent it on any routes. Look at this beautiful network. Look at it. It's going everywhere. Look at it.
Cancer on the other point I'd make is we're not supposed to be flying anymore, mate. So I'm going to fleeg scam you.
I'm offsetting all of my carbon footprint with trees.
Are you?
For every flight, I plant 10 trees. Hypothetically, of course.
Well, that's the end of that.
Anyway, that's the Source Syria update. Next time we will definitely have the bits and pieces for you, which is quite nice. There we go.
While I was looking for quiz questions for the quiz that I'm not doing this episode, I came across The Path. Do you know about The Path?
No.
It's a psychological horror art game.
Okay.
Developed by Tale of Tales.
Okay.
And originally released for the Microsoft Windows operating system.
Excellent.
In 2009. And then ported over to the Mac. But it looks terrifying. It's basically inspired by Little Red Riding Hood. And so you are this girl going down this path in the woods, and whether you decide to stray from the path or not affects the outcome of the game, and it sounds really dark and weird.
Did you ever play Alice, or did you hear of Alice?
No.
It was a dark version of Alice in Wonderland. I mean, Alice in Wonderland is pretty dark as it is anyway, but this was a darker video game version of Alice in Wonderland. And there are a lot of these games that have just started. Well, Alice is old. I mean, we're talking, mid-90s, I think it was, when that came out. But there are the Little Red Riding Hoods, that's interesting because didn't Disney do like a Sleeping Beauty or a dark? I've got Florence and the Machine in my head with the Breath of
Disney,
Life, Cinderella or something. Snow White, was it Snow White?
Well, do you mean what, as a film or a game?
as a film. But
Maleficent, they did.
But what they've done is they've made them kind of adult films. They're not animations. They're kind of a little bit more grown up, like the Hunter or something like that. I can't remember what it's called, but there's a lot of those games around. I think that kind of treatment because children's stories are quite dark anyway, so I think that kind of treatment is acceptable. I'm quite happy to play those kinds of games. Sounds really interesting.
Yeah. Some reviews said, Tim Martin of the Daily Telegraph said it was a vigorous experimentation with techniques of narrative, saying it was like an Angela Carter novel as siphoned through The Sims. Justin McElroy of Engadget said, you get one instruction in the game and you have to disregard it. That's the kind of experience we're talking about here. Once you leave the path, you'll find innumerable creepy yet beautifully rendered experiences to take part in. You're never really given any guidance as to what the point or object of all of it is.
Wow.
It's gameplay in the abstract. I kind of want to see it. Mike Gust of Tap repeatedly called it a sort of anti-game.
Okay, cool.
A game turned inside out in service to something deeply personal, human, and disturbing.
Cool. Yeah, those games are cool. I like that.
Sounds dark.
Yeah, I like those darker games. I don't think you'd get along with it. I think you'd run.
Me?
You'd be a bit scared.
Are you calling me a pussy?
Yeah, well,
sorry, are you calling me a pussy?
Look,
because
this is not safe. This is not safe.
Don't call me a pussy. I will mess you up. I will mess you up.
Hold on,
I will mess you up.
Don't touch me. Come on, man. Don't just.
Awful if anything bad.
Not the Master Chief.
To your.
Listen.
It'd be terrible, wouldn't it, if all these nice little
trinkets. Do you want some more makeup?
No, I don't want any more makeup. It's get weird that you like the smell of me. It's a weird thing.
Like the smell of me.
Something to celebrate. I'm not celebrating.
But we have to apparently we have to wipe it out afterwards. Have you done? Can we do Ultimate Koonsberg?
Yeah, let's do.
Please, and I'm going to try to put the Ultimate Koonsberg sting. You should be able to hear it. If you don't, we apologise. But cool. There we go. Anyway.
So as we know, this is the text-based adventure game,
which I'm really excited.
Fresh-faced history graduate from Edinburgh University.
Yeah.
On your way to Washington DC.
Ultimate Koonsberg 4, the definitive edition.
Now, there's been an incident on the flight over with a goblin.
Jeremy Paxman.
It was Jeremy Paxman. And we were trying to work out what to do. The goblin tried to snatch your bag of pretzels, and you decided to grab his hand.
I did.
And that worked.
Well, I decided to confront. I confronted him first.
Grab his hand is what you said.
I did, and then I died, and then we started from that checkpoint.
No. I think you. Anyway. So, are you ready?
I'm ready. Here we go.
You grab his hand, and the fight begins. Roll a dice.
I don't have dice. You should have told me about it. There must be an app for a dice. There must be a dice.
I thought you just got to have a dice.
Mate.
Alright.
Mate, hold on. I'm getting a dice app.
No, it's fine. Look, I'm doing numbers.
Here we are. Dice roll. Here we go. I knew there'd be one. You just have to bear with us. Here we go. Processing payment. It was free. You can get a dice app.
Incredible.
Here we go.
Make it into your folder. Right, roll
the dice. It was. Wait. Rolling the dice. Opening the app. Tap to roll. 3. Exactly. It's what I said. It's what I said.
Amazing. You have a fight in that, and I can't be bothered to write that bit out because it's dull.
Do you want me to write? Do you want me to roll again?
No.
Okay.
Do you possess the plastic spoon of nudge? That's N-U-J. Do you possess it?
I possess it?
Great.
No, I'm asking, do I?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay, I possess it.
Great! You finally overcome the goblin and he bursts into flames. I can't be bothered with all of this sort of combat.
Why? That's half the fun. That's the bit that I like.
Exactly. Sadly, so he bursts into flames. Sadly, though, you are on a plane. And this is very bad. You feel the wind whipping at your hair as the windows shatter and the cabin depressurizes.
The window is not going to... Hold on. It's not going to whip at my... I'd be sucked out.
Captain Asfahani comes over the tannoy.
That's me. Oh, yes, or Syria.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry this hasn't happened on a Saw Syria flight for over a week now. The plane cartwheels... It's because we expanded too quickly.
How dare you?
The plane cartwheels profanely towards the ground at hundreds of miles an hour. What do you do? A. Get out your notebook. B. Watch the approaching ground, ready to jump upwards at the last second to mitigate the force of the impact, like if you're in a lift.
Jump out quickly. Because where are we going? Where are we going? We're going from Edinburgh to New York or to Washington, right? So presumably we'll be over the Atlantic at some point. Now, I'd have more of a chance if I managed to get myself into as straight as thing as I can into the water. I'll face the sharks if they arrive. Than if I stay on the aircraft, because that on impact will just disintegrate.
All right, you stand on the burning fuselage as it hurtles towards the ground, launching yourself at the last moment, aiming to mitigate the force of the impact. Sadly, you misjudged it and break your neck. You are dead. Play again, YN.
Why?
Okay. Do you A, get out your notebook, or B, watch the approaching ground, blah, blah, blah?
I get out my notebook.
You get out your... Oh, yeah. You get out your notebook calmly, your journalistic instincts kicking in.
How
cool.
can that work if
your
if the aircraft is cartwheeling?
Quickly, dexterously, pleating pages from the notebook together. Using the wire from the spiral binding, you fashion a parachute and leap from the wreckage of the plane, floating gently down and finally arriving at the steps of Georgetown University, Washington, D.C., ready to begin your next adventure studying journalism.
Thanks.
It's good, wasn't it? And there'll be more, not next week, week after. That was good. That was good. You did it. You know, we got through the next.
And you have a problem with Saw Syria?
Yes,
on
I
many
do.
Many levels.
Well, no. It's Saw Syria is like me talking about my terrarium.
Ultimate Koonsberg 4, the definitive edition.
It is amazing. Anywhere else? Right, do you want to do the quiz? Do you want to do the quiz?
My terrarium.
I don't want to know. Do you want to do the quiz?
My terrarium.
Do you want to do the quiz? Do you want to do the quiz? Do you want to do the quiz?
Are you really cross? Are you genuinely cross? I was worried you were really cross.
I
couldn't take that.
Tell me about your terrarium while I get my quiz.
It's. Did I tell you about it last time?
You told me that you found some kind of crazy Norwegian guy.
Yeah, with life in jars. So, right, this week's fun development, I put a bit of tofu in there the other week, thinking, well, maybe the ants will eat that. And they didn't eat it. And then it got really moldy, like really moldy. And then the ants were all over it, like, oh, this is amazing. And they started feasting on the tofu once it was rotten. I mean, what's that all about? And also, there are eggs. Someone's laid some eggs on a bit of dead wood at the top, and I don't know what the eggs are.
It's not someone.
I don't know what the eggs
Some
are.
guy hasn't opened your thing and just popped his
eggs in. No, but that's wild, man.
It's awesome.
I'm annoyed about it, yeah.
Why are you annoyed about that hair? Do you want me to change the angle?
No, it's fine.
Look, is that better?
No, it doesn't matter.
I need to
None
zoom
of it
in on
matters.
that one.
Nothing
It does
matters.
matter. It all matters. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters. I'm
I
really
need to be
annoyed that
happy
these
too.
buttons aren't working.
Are they not?
They were working before you came. You show up and they're not working. Like, here we go. Look, trying to get our titles up, for example. Nothing happens. I'm really sorry about this, guys. You don't want to know about this, but these technical issues, they will bloomin' happen at some point. But I think, anyway.
It's very cool. I'm still impressed.
Yeah, but it's not working. It was work. I did a whole test. I stressed. Did it work? It worked. Hi, there we go. Underneath, there we are. That's who we are. And let's see. If you're watching and you want to find out more about what it is that we do, then check us out on social media.
Hey, look at you did the thing.
There we go. Social media there. There we go.
That's very
Is that
cool.
exciting?
That is exciting.
That's quite cool, isn't it? So the problem is I need to now be able to monitor the audio because I can't hear when the bed. I don't know if the bed stopped because I think I played out the Ultimate Koonsberg for UK4. You can see the sting in the bed is there.
Amazing.
I've got the quiz bed, but I'm not going to bother with that because I just need to be able to hear the output.
Yeah.
Anyway, there we go. I've even made some end credits for us.
Good lord.
Yeah. And yeah, I've been very busy. It's quite exciting. I've even got question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4, question 5. So when I go to, so here we go. So if we play the quiz, we should be able to. I'm not going to do it, but because it'll be. But we will do it next week or the week after.
I'm still impressed.
Okay, here we go. The quiz, everybody.
Okay.
The quiz. There's not been much news in the way of video games because, to be honest with you, I've been so distracted with all of this here that I haven't really. I did manage to get on.
Was it?
No,
Syria.
Well, Source Syria is mobile, so I can do that everywhere. And board kings, I'm doing really well with board kings.
It's just on the toilet. Is it just on the toilet?
In bed on the toilet when I'm watching TV, when I'm waiting for blooming installations of operating systems to happen, all that kind of stuff.
I think I can rebuild the kernel.
I kind of did.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so the quiz. I just as an update. I don't really know what's been going on news, so we're really sorry if the news has been a little bit light this week.
Bear with us.
Okay, here we go.
I got this. I'm in the zone.
Question 1.
I'm just 5 for 5.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
In Luigi's Mansion, all of them, where are the captured imprisoned?
Toilet.
Yeah. Toilet.
No. In the in the cellar. I don't know. I mean, it's a bit dark, isn't it? It's all a bit Epstein.
Well, Epstein, I was going to go down our Austrian friend's route. Fritzl.
Wow.
I mean, that's dark.
It's awful, isn't it? It's me, Mario. I'm breaking you into the patio. It's terrible.
It's me, Mario. Cover your eyes and follow me. Okay. Who was the first female playable video game character?
Oh, that's a great question. That's a really good question.
I've just realised that you might be able to see.
Guess.
Does question 2 work? Just can you what's the point us if this does work? Question 2.
Question 2.
We've put it out there.
I'm gonna I don't think anyone's watching.
I don't think anybody's watching. It's fine. It's fine. We're late. We're a whole 24 hours late.
Yeah, I blame myself. I'm gonna say it was Princess P. I don't even know if that's a thing.
P is in the letter, or P is in
P-E-A.
as in the vegetable?
P-E-A. The legume.
The legume. Is a pea a legume?
It is.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Peanuts are legumes.
Yeah.
Which is really bizarre. So if you have a nut allergy, or if you're allergic to peanuts, does that mean you're allergic to beans?
To other nuts.
Other beans?
No.
Is the point.
You're fine with the beans.
Weird. Okay.
Question 3.
Question 3.
Nice.
How many Mario games have been released?
Why is it all Mario?
To the nearest... It's not. The last one wasn't. To the nearest 5 games?
25.
Question 4.
Not feeling so good about my 5 for 5.
Name the US name for the Sega Mega Drive. This is one that will be in the back of your brain.
Oh. It was...
Come on.
The Sega butt kick. The Sega... Whoops. The Sega Whiz Bang. The Sega Saturn. I don't know.
Sega Saturn?
I'm going to go for Saturn.
Okay. And finally, question 5.
Yeah.
Who was the first celebrity to feature in a video game? And you get an extra point for the year and an extra point for the console/platform.
Michael Jackson, 1983, the E.T. game.
You know that there
Thank
was a
you.
Michael Jackson game.
Yeah, it was Moonwalker.
Yeah.
Moonwalker, I mean.
Right. You want Moonwalker, not E.T.
Yeah, I do, yeah. Point. Thank you for rearranging those deck chairs.
Okay, here we go.
Sit up.
Question 1.
Yeah.
The reason that I didn't is because I think we're a little bit off camera, aren't we? Question 1. In Luigi's mansion, where are they captured imprisoned? You said the cellar.
Patio, yeah.
Fred West. Fritzl, here we go. It is actually in portraits. So you walk around the mansion and you release them from the portraits.
Oh, that's
There you
dark.
go.
I'm glad I don't do drugs. Don't do drugs, kids.
Who was the first female playable character in a video game? And you said it was Princess P.
Oh, is it Link?
No, it wasn't Link. It was somebody called Tobi Kisimasayu. It was in a game called Borodok from 1985. It was a Namco game called Barodok.
Wow. That's a great question.
And at the time, video games were being targeted at young males primarily. I mean, there were. I think that we did a whole feature on Checkpoint about that shift from when video games stopped becoming family consoles and were started targeting. I think we spoke about this in one of the podcasts. And so having a female protagonist, which by the way you played through as Toby, and then at the end of the game it was revealed that she was actually a female, and it caused mayhem. People just didn't like that. They didn't like it at all. So there we go. I asked how many Mario games have been released where Mario is playable. You said 25.
Yes, I did.
Would you believe that there have been over 300 games
Good Lord.
that feature Mario? Over 300
300 games?
Over 300 games that feature Mario.
So I was close then.
Yeah, to the nearest 5. You weren't even a multiple of 10 away.
Yeah,
It's just anyway. So that's name the US name for the Sega Mega Drive. You said the Sega Saturn. That was the no, not the predecessor. The one that the one that came after.
Antecessor.
The one that
The one after.
The one after.
Yeah.
And that had a CD-ROM drive, if you remember. The US name for the Sega Mega Drive was the Sega Genesis.
Oh.
You do know that,
I was sort of along
you
lines.
were working towards it. You were working towards it.
I was groping hopelessly.
Yeah, it did well.
Towards it.
And finally, who was the first celebrity featured in a video game? You said Michael Jackson in 1983 with Moonwalker.
Thank you very much. 100 points.
It was actually Bruce Lee.
Oh, okay.
In 1984, in the game Bruce Lee.
1984, though.
Yeah, but you made up 1983.
Oh, did I say 1984?
Yeah.
I meant to say 1984.
So Bruce Lee, 1984, in the game Bruce Lee on the ZX Spectrum.
Wow.
There you go.
Well,
there's the quiz. Nil point. I did actually also create some scoreboard stuff. I've listened back to the... But seeing as none of this is working right now...
Well, it's sort of...
It's kind of working. We would love to know what you think. Let us know on our socials, which should pop up whenever it feels like it, really.
Yeah.
Who cares?
But for the benefit of people listening to the podcast, it's Checkpoint MZine.
Yeah, at Checkpoint MZine. If you want to get in touch with us, you can find us on Facebook, on Twitter, on our website, which is checkpointmagazine.com. So you're not here next week?
No.
So we're going to go off now and do a bit of a recording because we want to get a podcast out.
We will have something for you next week.
Yeah, it'll be a very brief podcasty thing just to keep you tied over. I might talk to you about what I've been playing. I've gone back to Borderlands 3 and I've started downloading a load of other games. The Outer Worlds, I really want to talk to you about the Outer Worlds. It's just incredible. Did I mention this last week? Or
Possibly,
the week before?
I don't know.
You weren't really with it. You've not really been with it, have you? How dare you? Yeah, that's...
Wow. I mean, wow.
Wowzers.
I get off my sick bed. Which I should stress it's like a waterbed, only warmer. But it smells worse.
Oh. I'm not sure I like that. I'm not sure I like that at all. Excellent. So we are going to love and leave you for now. We're sorry it's a brief podcast.
I'm sorry it's slightly low energy. I'll be a little bit more buoyant next time.
It's been sick. And
I have been quite poorly.
And we literally, the studio's only been sorted up to the point of our broadcast. So we've managed to get it. We've managed to get it up and running. But next time we will have a more fun-packed and a thing that works. A Zeppelin.
Here. And a Jumbotron video.
We've got a Zeppelin hangar not far from here.
Cardington.
It's
rather fabulous if you haven't seen it.
Beautiful.
It's where the Spice Girls rehearsed.
It's where they filmed Batman Returns.
Yeah.
Some good history, some good knowledge.
It is a monumental building. If you haven't, it's like driving past it is.
And when you say monumental, the definition, this is a literal monumental thing. It is.
Yeah.
It is huge.
It is.
It is huge. You could house, I don't know what you could house in there. The whole city, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy. Anyway, thank you very much for having us. We will see you next time. We're going to try to roll these end credits. If it doesn't work, we're sorry. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.